Good evening.
Hello.
It's Karen.
I guess Karen pushed the button.
Yeah.
Hi.
Welcome to another Chatting Over Cards. We are Karen and Tim standing on the back porch. Tonight will be fun. I went through cards. Let me just say that one of the things I love about doing card swaps.
Love.
I do. You have these bins of cards, and every time I go through them, I notice different things. And so on Monday nights, I just love hanging out, chatting over cards. Sometimes I share cards I've shown in another grouping before. Sometimes they're brand new. But I always notice something different when I'm looking for things. And I thought tonight it would be fun to look for cards that kind of showed some kind of a stamping tip or a technique that we could talk about. So that's my grouping for didn't So
that's good.
So that would be fun.
First time I heard the strategy.
Yeah. You didn't even know I ever had a strategy, did you?
No.
What's your strategy? Just show up.
Just show up.
Yeah, just show up. To pick his favorite card.
Have a clean shirt on.
Yep. And he loves the card he picked tonight. So it's great. It's so anyway, so that'll be very fun. It's so great to see so many of you on here. We absolutely love it. Come back for comments.
And I've talked to people on the phone.
Yeah.
And people, fans of ours.
He's been doing a bunch of calls lately to those of you who ordered, and it's just been so fun. He came up today and he says, it is so fun hearing people's stories, because we all have a story. And I just feel like we end up kind of sharing a bunch of our stories because we're on here, but we also love hearing your back.
We do.
You know that we love that. We love having you join us over in the Back Porch Stampers for all the things we do there. So a couple of quick announcements. We started up, it's time to clean out the stamp sets, all the retired sets. So each week, I'm giving away a retired stamp set. And this is the one for this week. And it's on Thursday. And so what you want to do is watch our Thursday lives and leave a comment. You can watch them on Facebook or on YouTube. So if you didn't already see us on YouTube, just go to our channel and it'll be the last live there. But anyway, that's just kind of fun.
This would be good for me because it's like short. I have trouble reading, but short little sense like, oh, what yum.
So you could read these. You could pick these out. And the challenge this week was all about Christmas cards over in the Back Porch Stampers. That's why we're doing a Christmas set. If possible, we fit a theme. So that's fun. That's number one. It is also time next week. I will be ordering the new catalog goes live. So if you haven't gotten a catalog yet, go to Untitled.com and put in.
And I'll take it to the post office and get it up.
Send it off to you. And it's also time to sign up for product shares if you're interested. You can get paper shares in this size with the coordinating cardstock or in 6x6s plain. We have ribbon shares, embellishment shares, anything you could possibly want.
And more.
And tomorrow also starts my 12 weeks of Christmas series. They're going to come out every Tuesday at 10 in the morning. So, and those are just be on YouTube. They're pre-recorded. They're short. So they're just kind of fun. So this is the one that's coming up tomorrow. I'm making a card out of this. So if you go to my YouTube channel and you might want to click on subscribe. You may or may not get notices. I don't know how it works, and then I guess two more quick things. The new class, I have the All Good Cards class, which runs every month. And if you join, it's only $15 a month, and we spend a weekend together, which is really fun. Otherwise, you can pay a little more and take just one class. But our upcoming one is all about the soft pastels. If you have chalks, any kind of chalks work. So if you have the chalks that we had from years ago, that all works. You don't, any kind of soft pastels or chalks. And what we're going to be doing is a whole bunch of different techniques. And the cool thing about our classes.
So you're talking sidewalk chalk?
Well, that could work too. You might want to join us and do that.
Yes.
But this is just one of the techniques. But is this just a soft, lovely card? So the fun thing about the class is we meet 3 times, it's 3 lives. You have access forever. You get the PDFs. But I will share a few techniques. And then you guys share what you make using those ideas. So you get tons of ideas, not just mine.
One of many fun things about the class.
Yeah. And then
the
last thing is just a reminder about our host code. You can always go to KarenTitus.com to see it. This is the last few days to get the did you get the designer series paper that's on sale? I don't know where my mind went. Sometimes it just checks out. And one of them is the Christmas paper. So starting next week, and I'll be sharing a lot of with that. If that Christmas paper appeals to you, it's the last week to get that. So just to know that. So this is, I'm just going to read one of our 3 popular sentences this week. This is from Renee Parisi: stamp cards and hide yuckies with Xeroxed ephemera. So we love that. And it is time to get...
Just wait. I want to say one more thing.
And you're going to lose your thought like I did.
I am,
so
but it's going to come back.
Okay. And you'll just interrupt me when it comes back.
Okay.
Oh, so good to have you guys spending this time with us. So I thought tonight I was going to try this idea. I did group the cards that we're going to do by the stamp set. Oh, look at this well-worn catalog.
Yes, but it's
been
awesome? Used.
And you know what I was saying about card swaps, when you look through these cards, I just wanted to point out that is one of my personal favorite things about being a demonstrator. If this is at all appealing to you, having all these cards, you know, there's an amazing special with a new catalog that starts next week. So keep that in mind and give me a call. You will, you know, whatever you want to do with this is fine by me. No pressure ever. It is, we have just a fun group. So anyway, it's a way to get your stuff cheaper.
I remembered.
Yes. Oh,
one of you said that.
You want the attention back yet?
Yeah.
Tim? Okay. It could wait till the end.
No, this is too important. I'll forget it again. One of you said that you thought that I should be on every video that we do. And I said, well, I don't do the classes. Well, maybe you should.
Well,
said, no,
he serves me tea. So he shows up and says hi.
I do.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see. We'll figure this out yet. Okay.
Okay. So that's what it was.
But you know what? He loves being told that. So don't let him say that. But okay. Okay. So we are going to look at this. The first set. So if you want to follow along in your catalog, you can. But the first one, we're going to do this Beauty of Friendship on page 11. Here, can I have you just maybe slide that off? This card is from Janet Waitman. And what I wanted to just point out is this is just fussy cut. This is just paper that is just, it was kind of random and cut. I guess fussy cutting would be more going around an object. But do you see it? This isn't a die. This isn't anything. This reminds me of what we would make when we were young. And it is such an awesome look. So you see how she's just cut paper for the sky and she has got 2 cut for the hills. So I just wanted to point that out because this effect works forever. Is that a cool effect?
The tree trunk, I thought she had it buried into the paper, but it's not.
But you could. And then it's just the die. It's just the tree trunk. So I just thought as a fun little tip when you're noticing cards, that is just a great little way to make a thing. And I love it when you guys are talking to each other. I said, I just think that is so fun. I love it that there are ongoing conversations going around. And then I haven't played with this yet, but I have some ideas. So I'm going to be Seascape on page 12. And I just wanted to point out this card by Evie Di Piazza. Just shows what a difference it makes. This is with the shimmery in color vellum. Is that just the coolest seahorse ever? And then the seagrass. We just did all about vellum was one of the classes we just did recently. So we did all kinds of things with vellum. And I just wanted to point that out because sometimes just using a different type of paper totally sets off your card in a whole different way.
And the snout has to kind of go around the...
Yeah, yeah, it does. It's like peeking around. Okay, and then next we're going to do 2 cards here. First one is just going to be from Sunny Sentiments. We're using the word here. And then the Sharing Sunshine.
Page 38 and 39.
Okay, so you'll keep those in mind. What I wanted to show about Sunny Thoughts here, this is Lisa Schultz. So this is a big bold stamp. And look how cool that is. That is just watercolored. And does that make just an amazing background? And it just totally sets off the card. I just think this is stunning. And then that's just on a die and on a thing
that
here.
Was white paper at one time?
Mm-hmm. It's watercolor paper. And I thought, and I also love hearing what techniques you particularly like because it helps me figure out what I'm going to do videos about or what we'll be doing on Thursdays, you know. So, but I just love, and do you see how those colors a little overlap? And then I also love that this is like yellows and pinks and then it's put on blue. So it's very contrasting, but very nice together. Just a really cool card. So that is fun. And then the one that was on the other side of the page, I love this one too. This is Marianne Bellis. And what I wanted to point out here, this is just such a happy card with the sunshine. But I just wanted to point out how she took those stamps and made her own background paper. And then there's one, the same thing kind of set off in the middle, but I just love that contrast. This is just a colorful, bright, happy card. I think and it's happy birthday sunshine. And I think that bit of black just really kind of helps set it off. It would be just like too busy without it. So I just think that is just a gorgeous card. And it's interesting because I'm trying to follow the conversations here too. It's so funny because I can't do both very well. Thank you, those of you who share. That is the absolute nicest thing you can do for us. We appreciate it so much. Okay, and here are a couple of really cool ideas. Page 49, Bamboo Beauty. Love this card. What's that?
Just made sure you're at the bottom.
Okay. I'm going to show two beautiful samples here. This one's Dawn Michaels. And you see how they've just added the moon behind here. So to do this, you could just take computer paper, punch out a hole, lay that over, that becomes your mask, and then this is sponged. And I just think this is such a gorgeous card, and it's sending caring thoughts. And doesn't it just feel like that? It's just like this lovely, thoughtful card. And, you know, and I think her choice of colors, I think that is just gorgeous.
Nice Asia look.
And then this one by Carla Story is also just stunning. So here, I'm going to show these side by side. And look how she's taken this stamp, the stamp right here, and it's stamped twice. And this one was done with a mask sponged in. And notice this one, this is put on top.
Vellum.
So again, it's vellum, yes. And it's done with that soft sponging or the alcohol ink that we also did with class. But, you know, anything like a soft vellum like that. And to see how she's stamped right over that. And I think that is just a stunning technique too. Rebecca said she was a tad late because she was making samples of what may be a project of 1,000. Oh my goodness. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. So those are very fun. Next, we're going to go to Party Puffins on 67. And just a couple of quick ideas here. This is Amanda Bach. And I wanted to point out how she's taken, this is paper that's just black and white, but I love how she has just colored in a few of the flowers. You know, sometimes we think kind of all or nothing. And I think how fun is that? And then this one too is sponged over. This was originally black and white. So it's just adding some color to that black and white. So that is pretty cool.
That's cute paper.
And a really adorable little penguin. And then this card is from Sue Nurnberger. And I just wanted to point out, sometimes we don't think of really fun, easy things, but this is one stamp. And you see if she's just cut around the words and popped up. And it's just a fun way to add some, to just make words different.
And it's
just
not
popped up.
Thicker paper. It's just popped up.
Yeah, it's just popped up.
Made on fat paper.
Yeah. So just another, so these are like little tips to think about when you're making cards, and you just want to add something a little different like that. So anyway, so that is fun. And here, we're going to spend a little time in this page. This is the Elegantly Said Bundle and Punch on page 69. So we're going to do a few punch things. Did you know that when you take a punch, so this is the punch. So it just is going to punch out a little thing here. If I want to make something longer or just do one end, I'm going to just put this in here, or I'm going to put it this way. This is going to be easier. Tim, did you say you wanted to do this?
I think it's less easy when you're doing it on camera.
Oh, everything is less easy when you're doing it on camera. But you see, I can make this any length that I want. So this could be a side thing. And my first thought when I saw this was, oh, too fancy for me.
Can I have that?
Yes, you can. Right. I don't know where that's going to show up, but it'll show up somewhere. That is interesting. Angie says I'm clearer on Facebook than YouTube. I don't know. It is just weird. And sometimes replays end up being clearer. It is just so funny how all this works.
Or doesn't.
And I know, how do you glue the vellum? Great, since we're doing tips tonight, I should quickly explain. This is how you glue vellum. You take a silicone mat.
Do you need a silicone mat?
Nope, you need your silicone mat. I put some glue on it. Take a little sponge. Maybe we should. When you're describing your card at the end, I'll run and get the pieces. So in case for anyone who hasn't seen it before. So now I'm going to show you some cool things. Now that we know we can do that. Look at this fun card where you see it's just done on one end. And I think that is very striking. So the black on this, and that's the crumb cake. This is Sandy Reese. And I think that is just a fun way of doing a banner. And then she's got the little ties right on this side. And then here is another cool card. This is Rumi Radomski. Oh, and see how this one is cut off? Sometimes we do that sideways. This way, it's just cut off a little. And I just wanted to point out, this is what the actual tag looks like. She just did a second one and made it a little lower. So all you see is the bottom part. But notice how it fits the card, because there you see that dark color. It just sets it off. If this were the vanilla next to the vanilla, it just wouldn't be set off as nicely. And if isn't that fun? I think that's just really a pretty card. And then this one I just love too. This is Leslie Baumgardner. And she's done both ends, and she's done this same technique that I just mentioned. So she's done both ends, and just this one is split out. You'll see it's not larger. You don't see it above or below. You just see it coming out the ends. And it just adds that extra little layer. True love stories last forever. Just a gorgeous wedding card.
Very cool.
Isn't that cool? And then one more. This is Mary Ellen Stites. Look how cool this is. So this is this very fancy thing here. And look at this. We pull it out. Is that fun? So, you can tuck in little messages or your words in there. And I think, tuck it back in a little better so you don't see. But how cool is that? So, had to point those out. Those are just some really fun tips. This particular stamp set I wasn't showing anything else with it. So I did mark it because I thought it might be helpful to see things. But this lovely stamp set is the Flowers of Friendship. And I just wanted to show, this one has a punch with it. And do you see how this is the stamp? But instead of leaving it like that, she's actually punched out two of the flowers and put right over it sideways. And so she's changed that middle flower. So that's another tip too, how you can layer things and add changes. So Andy said lots of stunning ideas. So I thought this might be a kind of a fun way of looking at things for just something a little different.
And she has that end on it. The cutout.
Yes, the little thing. Yes. Did you see that, Tim, how it pulls out? Were you watching, or were you?
No,
look at that.
Wasn't.
Isn't that cool?
Very cool.
And then there's the message. So I think really a very cool idea.
Life is better with punches. Is that what that says?
Oh, that could be. Maybe that. And we did a punch class not too long ago, too. We were doing all kinds of things with punches, which is so fun. Okay, next we're going to page 97, and this is artistically inked. And I know this paper is still back ordered. It came in and it was gone like in 2 or 3 days, so it'll be back again. But I just wanted to show one unusual idea with this card. This card is by Terry Gaines, and I wanted you to see how this is just crumpled up. Now I've done this now and then, but it's been a while, so I always like to point it out again. And you just take your paper, you can stamp it, and you just crumple it all up. You can get a little damp if you want, it doesn't matter. And then you unfold it, and it just gives you this a technique card. I think it looks very vintagey when you kind of get this part. It kind of looks old, nice. But isn't that a cool idea?
That. Yeah.
So it's another fun. Oh, yes. We're going back a minute here because Karen said she loved the blue sponging behind here too. Sometimes, like if I were going to make this, it's easy to think, I'll sponge the whole thing in blue. I love what you said, that it's accented there right in the middle. So it's kind of like this kind of soft little look in the background. So that is very fun too. And I love that you guys are noticing things that I didn't even point out. And I think that's why I can look at my same box of cards, which I do regularly because I have them all grouped by like this catalog. I've got 2 bins of them. I can pull them out and look at them, and I'm looking for different things, different times. So I'm noticing different things. Hand pen petals, 105. The paper for this is just one of the most popular. It's one of the ones on sale too. I just wanted to show this one. This is about Jennifer Helm, and this was actually an anniversary card she sent to us. But I wanted to point out what I loved about this was look at the angle. Anytime you want to make something just a little different, think about just doing a little angle card. It's just on a little different way. She's got a border there, but you could angle a card all kinds of different ways.
Either you could say Tim made that, or it's an angle card.
Yeah, it's really crooked, and then you lean off the side. But I think things like that are just really easy ideas too.
Nice
that is just so fun.
And I think I'm the one that invented that, right?
They took your cattywampus by not on purpose,
yeah,
and then made a technique out of it. Okay, now we've got Daisy Garden on page 106. That is a big stamp, so it fits the front of your card, as you'll see on these. Two cool things with this that I'm going to point out. This card is from Laura Bartow. And I just wanted you to notice this is stamped. It's a darker green and a light green. This would be the soft sea green, and this would be a darker green. But then it's run through the embossing folder. So it has a whole different kind of texture. So another thing that sometimes it's just easy to forget. And that just makes a really fun background. So it just creates a little different look. Very nice. Then Amy Rich. And this is how big the stamp is. You can see it's the whole front of a card. But you see, she just blocked off part of it. So this would be called spotlighting, because this is one level. This is not layered. So then you block that off, and then you can sponge, brayer, whatever you want to do to add your color there. And it just makes that. So these are both just really cool techniques done with that. And just some fun of, because sometimes when I look at a large stamp like that, I think, well, I can think of one thing to do with it, make a card. And then you start seeing all these things. Oh, I guess I can think of lots of things to do with it. So,
I would also take one of those and just color them in with the yellow.
Yeah, you could do that too. You see, you could add that. You could accent. You could also cut one out, pop it up. I mean, there's just no end to kind of the fun things that you can do. And then next, oh, yeah, this is a fun one. I've got a few here. This is Quiet Meadow on page 110. We're not showing any stamp sets tonight, but we're showing some things with just the dies. And you guys know that I make a lot of cards out of dies because my monthly card kits and things, we can't send stamp images, but there's a whole lot you can do with just the dies. So we're going to show a few of them here. First couple I was just going to show because these are just kind of the dies. This is Margaret Van Vliet. And it's just kind of fun because she's just done them in different colors. So it's a fun layout of a card. And then this one is Kathy Chapman. And I want to point out her main one. She's used, I would guess, a sponge dauber is what I would use, but whatever you're going to use, something. And do you see how she has colored in? She's added color to the main one there, and then she's left the others just the soft color. So it accents that a little bit, which is fun. I really whip through these. Sometimes I think, oh, there's so many details here. This is going to take all night. And I know I could go slower. So maybe you can see it, but if you know how to take screenshots, feel free to take screenshots. Yeah. It's just not my nature. I do not know how to go slow. But then this is just these are both stunning cards. This is Carol Baumgardner, I thought, with these techniques. Notice how she's done this in black, and then it's put on that pretty vellum paper again, that is just kind of glimmery and vellum. And is that striking with the purple against the black? That makes me really think spring, and then the pretty frame. And then, of course, when you cut these out, look what else you can do. This is, it had a name. Sorry, if anyone knows, let me know. It must have dropped. We will find it because there's one missing. And been really careful here. But I wanted to point out, do you see how this could be cut out, and then you could sponge that or do whatever you want with it. But the blank space also makes just a beautiful card. And then by putting a colored thing under it, did you find anything?
No.
Okay, we will look for that and have to add that. And if anyone on here knows, tell me. Tammy says this made me want the die cut machine. Yes. Yeah, I know it'll be fun. And the perfect time to get the die cutting machine, if any of you don't have it, is going to be during celebration when you get other free stuff with it, or buy the starter kit and get it in your starter kit. It's such an awesome deal. And then the last one that I have,
Holly.
This was the card that we couldn't find if you're watching last week. This was in the pile, and it was so funny because I couldn't find it, and it's from our very own Holly, who is from Handcrafted Blessing, who is, in addition to being a demonstrator, she's also my virtual assistant. So most of you that know me also know Holly, which is awesome. But I wanted to point,
cool.
This card it's an awesome card, and I love this in symmetry. It's the bundle, and this paper is on sale too. So look at this paper, but this is another punch. And see, the punch has the 2 leaves there, but look how cool that is when you do it on the side of a card, and then you put your paper inside. So do you see how that is? Just such a cool technique. And then it's like seeing another designer series paper, because she also has one here, but you're seeing a second designer series paper there. So it's showing off 2 of them at one time. I think that is just a beautiful card. And then Tim is going to share his favorite.
Do you want to find the page?
I will find the page. Let me find it first. This is really an unusual card, and this is a stamp set I have not played with yet either. I cannot believe, I can believe it. I have so many stamp sets that I love that I haven't played with yet, but you guys all know what I mean, because
Melissa Thompson.
We're all in this together. We think we're going to get all this stuff done. Oh, where is this one? Oh, okay. I might have to have help naming this one. I thought I did pretty good here.
Melissa Thomas, if you're out there, help us. Which page was it?
Okay. Okay. You can show them the card. I think, is that pretty? Always reach for the stars.
That is so cool. And
yeah. Tell us what you like about it.
Everything. It's
very artsy, isn't it?
Very artsy. And this is, the stars go trickling down. Very cool. The moon, and just this paper. I don't know how she did that. If she did that with
well, I need to find this stamp set. Okay, who knows this stamp set?
And where is it? Okay, Karen.
Okay, okay, someone's going to find this because we're not leaving until. Okay,
let somebody else find it.
Okay. But this
tell me about this.
Is a stamp in there. And I'm going to point out this paper is part of that same paper we're waiting to come back in stock. And look what a great use this is of the white space. It's paper that has this pretty stuff across the top and then the bottom and then all this white space.
Really?
So it makes great cards where you've got space to write words. And I love how she's used this for the left angle of the card. And then this is the green. And then this is a stamp in there, and she's embossed the stars kind of coming down and going across. You guys, I did have this marked. So I'm just thinking it might be, is anyone to the moon? Thank you, Lisa.
Which
to
page?
The moon. Okay, now I'll look up the page. To the moon. Okay.
See, this is how we get our videos to go longer.
Page 102.
We get lost.
Karen can't slow down, but she can't. Oh, look, and it has a marking. How did I miss that? It is right here. And I just think this is a stunning card. I also think the words are really fun in here.
Check marks next to it.
Yeah. Okay, I put check marks by every stamp set I ordered. Oh, no, it's a pre-order. I know some of you guys do that, but basically almost the whole book. But love you to the moon and back. I love this. Enjoy this new phase of life. Isn't that a great card for retirement, new job? I mean, all kinds of things. I especially think retirement because of our age, but I think how fun. More thanks than stars in the sky. So I think this is, and look at the built-in texture right in that stamp. So see how this is stamped right on here, but it's the built-in texture.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Waxing or waning?
I think waxing would be building up, right? Getting larger. And
that's
waning.
Waxing.
Okay. All right.
Waning.
So Tim's little science lesson for tonight.
What's my middle name? Waning.
Wayne.
Waning. Wayne.
Okay. So
that is so nice. Where's the paper? Did you show the paper?
Well, the paper's on back order, so
Oh.
everyone knows that. So just pointing that. So I think these were some really absolutely stunning cards tonight. I'm just thrilled to share.
They were.
You know, we all are creative together, and it is just so fun to get all kinds of people's ideas and then be able to pass them on and to case them ourselves, to take ideas. But hopefully these are just some fun ideas. If you kind of find like you kind of get into a rut doing the same things, hopefully these would be some fun ideas to experiment
So tell Holly where you found this.
Oh, over in my photo, on top of my photo booth.
Oh,
Because I was taking a picture and then it just didn't make it into the pile. Got left behind, but
I
you
thought
know.
I looked over there.
Okay. But thanks for spending this time with us. And if you have any questions about any of our many announcements, so tomorrow, watch for the 12 weeks of Christmas to come up. And on Thursday, we'll do something else that's really fun. And make sure to join us in the Back Porch Stampers and share what you're working on for Christmas with us. So we do a drawing over there every week too. So it's all about sharing and creating together. You know, I like to say we are more creative together than we are separately. And this just proves it. You know, ideas aren't in a vacuum. We take ideas, we make them our own, and it just lets us all be creative. Thank you guys so much. And I do feel badly. I will try to find who did this card, but a special thank you to this nameless person. If anyone else knows, thanks. Sally, you'd like a catalog? Yes. Would you just message me your address so I don't need to look it up? Any of you that need catalogs, you can either message or you can go to the free catalogs on my website. Either way.
And I'll be going to the post office tomorrow, so
Yeah.
get your order.
Tim basically goes every day. So if there's anything new to go, it's just on his list. And, you know,
Didn't
it's
go
all
today.
good. You did not go today.
No.
But thanks, guys. And next week, we'll be back with more cards. We appreciate you guys. Thanks so much.
Bye.